What kind of help do you need? What can I do to help you?
My name is Lucas Chase, and I'm the executive director for the Mabel Tainter Theater here in Menomonie, Wisconsin.
This stunning theater was built in 1889 by Andrew and Bertha Tainter as a memorial to their daughter Mabel, who died tragically at the age of 19 from appendicitis, though her cause of death is still widely debated.
The Mabel is often recognized as one of the most haunted or paranormal sites in the state of Wisconsin.
The International Paranormal Society looks to unravel some of the theater's mysteries through contact with the spirits who reside here.
We really have three main spirits in the building that are most often talked about. We have the woman in white, the lady in gray, and then the pastor.
Who are the women, children, and other spirits seen wandering the theater? Is there a reason the pastor still resides here in spirit? What is the truth behind Mabel's death? Historian, author, and psychic Adrian Lee hopes to answer these questions and more. The team will start its investigation downstairs in what is called the Spirit Room, a beautiful cocktail lounge reminiscent of an early speakeasy, where there has been a lot of reported paranormal activity.
We're just about to start an investigation. We're in the very historic Mabel Tainter Theater here in Menomonie. There's been lots of reports of ghostly action down here in the cocktail lounge. There's been Victorian men seen wearing clothes of the era. There's even been a child running around that was described as feral. So we've set all of our equipment out and we'll see what we can find tonight. First investigation, Vigil 1. We're in the cocktail lounge basement of the Mabel Tainter Theater.
Is there something over there that could be moving or making noise?
I've not been over there.
No, but it does sound like something shuffling over
Something moving, yeah. I thought it was an animal.
It doesn't take long for strange things to start happening as the team begins the first session.
My name's Adrian, I'm a historian from Britain originally, and we're here today to try and talk with anyone who wants to come through in spirit.
Cat ball?
We have a cat ball currently going off that's lighting up in the corridor. There's been lots of reports of spirits coming through this location, especially around the morning dress that was owned by Bertha, that's in a nice glass cabinet over in the corner. We've got equipment running along the corridor, so if any spirit wants to transiently come through that area, we'll be able to register that.
At the center of this session is the morning dress worn by Bertha Tainter and the hallway leading from the dress display case into the lounge.
Over by the dress in the case, up on top of the case, you'll see some fishing bobbers, some red and white plastic balls that are just sitting up on top of that dress case. If you just go ahead and feel free to just knock those off, they'll make a noise when they hit the floor, and so that we'll know that you're here. You can do that anytime that you want. If you come walking down that hallway towards us, we have cameras that will see you, and like Adrian explained, there's nothing here that's going to make you go away or it's going to cause you any harm or distress. We're just trying to document your presence. Checked that about 20 seconds ago. I thought I saw what looked like a blonde head just peek around that wall, the wall that's opposite the dress. It wasn't even to the eye level. It was just, I saw a hairline. It just peeked around that damn corner.
While our cameras didn't catch a face, equipment nearby was triggered.
Whoever peeked their head around the corner, if you could do that again, that was really, really amazing. On the bar, there are 2 glasses of whiskey, and you're welcome to them. Children can have the chocolate. Adults can have a nice shot of whiskey. If you could move them or try to pick them up, that would be great.
That EDI measured the lowest level of vibration. It flickered. So let's just have a couple of moments of silence here, just to allow you to knock any of these objects over, move anything around in this room, to bang on a table, whistle, shout, jump up and down, anything you can to prove that you're here. Can you make a banging noise for me, please?
Check your DVR about 15-20 seconds ago. I thought I heard, I think that might have been a kid's voice, a boy who said here.
If you're a child in this area, we've got a teddy bear you can interact with. At any time during this video, you're welcome to make a noise, to interact with our equipment.
Is there anybody here right now, other than us? I was just wondering that. I don't think so. You hear that? Rumbling up here?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was outside or if somebody moving equipment.
That might,
Like someone running. Those footsteps. Sound like someone running right above us.
What is directly above us? The theater.
Inaudible to our mics, we can hear and feel heavy footsteps above us, coming from the empty theater stage.
So if you'd like to show yourself, we are happy to see you. Perhaps you could present yourself in that doorway where those purple lights are. Could you show yourself? Can you present yourself? Maybe if I counted down from 3 to 1, you could just show yourself there for me. 3, 2, 1.
Almost on Adrian's command, the flashlight on the morning dress case turns on by itself.
Again, at any time during this video, if you wish to present yourself to us, we'd love to see you.
The flashlight stays on, full beam, for the next few minutes.
Should we turn on a ghost box? We've got a K2 meter flashing on that chair, and she's got chair written on this if you'd like to have a shot of that. Are you sitting on the chair right now? I've got a device here. It's a scanning device, and it scans AM and FM frequencies, and it runs on a loop. If you'd like to talk to me, you can talk to me through this device. But again, as a historian, I want to find out your name. I want to find out a little bit about who you are and why you're down here in the basement. Perhaps you've got questions for us. Perhaps we can deliver a message for you, perhaps to some loved ones or people you've left behind and miss. Can you tell me your name? Shout your name out nice and loudly for me so we can hear you, please. Could you shout that out again nice and loudly and clearly for me? Could you shout your name nice and clearly for me so I can research you? The cat toy has been illuminated. So thank you to whoever moved that. That requires movement to engage with that. What's the name of the little girl that I've seen running around down here with the blonde hair, with the yellow hair? What's your name? I get the impression that her parents have got some sort of show on here, almost like a travelling vaudeville type show, and she's gone with them and she's bored because they're rehearsing or they're upstairs doing their show, and she's running around backstage and around here because she's bored and she hasn't got anything to do. Can you tell me how old you are, please? Are you French? I get the impression there's some French words coming through right now, because I think you told me your name, but in your, I think you told me your age, but in French. Are you French? I thought that said bonjour, to be perfectly honest. It did.
As daylight fades, the team adjusts lighting and equipment and resets the area for another round of questions.
So we've reset this vigil up again. We've put some different lighting out. We've moved some of our equipment around. So again, you're welcome to interact with any of the things we've brought with us. If you wish to engage with us, if you wish to move any of the objects, we'd be happy to see that. At any point, you can move the trigger objects, you can move any of the things we've got around us. Now we've set up again, I just want to touch with you some of the things we discussed earlier in the vigil. There's definitely someone walking around upstairs.
You hear that?
I mean, that's very heavy footsteps. I just want to emphasize there's no one in this theatre. We're the only people in here. It's a controlled area. And we're hearing lots of movement upstairs in the auditorium, people walking around. Can you just shout your name out again for me, please? Are your parents working here as singers and actors right now? Yes. Plus we have the word song come up there on the eye of us to back that up. Where are you from originally? France. Can you give me a nice, clear, loud response? Whereabouts in France were you originally from? She said Rennes. That's the town I've got written at the bottom of my notepad.
The response matches Adrian's psychic notes written earlier.
Hi, Elizabeth. My name is Scott. How old are you? What color is your dress? What's your mom's name? Is your name Claire? Yes or no? It said we. Female said we.
Yes. We got a lot of information came through there. We think we got a vaudeville act from 1912. We've got a young lady come through. They're French. They're speaking in French. They came from Reims originally. So we're going to take that information, do some research, and now we're going to go to a different part of the building, see if we can get some different spirits come through, or we may be able to get a bit more information on our French vaudeville act.
The team packs up for the night, returning in the morning to begin one of two investigations planned for the auditorium. One in the morning, and then one again later at night.
We're in the Mabel Tainter Theater, we're on the stage, and this is the main vigil. We'd like to engage with you today, we'd like to have contact with you. There's two people I specifically want to talk to in this auditorium right now. I want to talk to Helen Keller, who gave a talk from this very stage where we're sitting right now in January 1916. If you were to come through, we'd be interested to have your thoughts, your opinions on your suffragette movement, the work you did. You made a lot of achievements in your life. I'd love to have a conversation with you, be able to in some way communicate. I also want to talk to Mabel Tainter. There's some discrepancy about the year you died in, but also a little bit of mystery surrounding how you died. So other spirits and ghosts are welcome to come through, but those are the two individuals I want to specifically talk to. So if you're here, Helen, and you can hear me, because we've got a lot of theories about the physicality of hearing and the physicality of seeing, and then being an energy in spirit, whether you can then hear and see without the physicality of your inner ear or your retina's not working, for example. So if you're here, Helen, there's several things you can do for me that I'd appreciate. We have a lot of equipment on the front of the stage here. Perhaps you could walk through any of these devices. They won't hurt you, they won't harm you. In the first row here of the auditorium, which I believe is row J, you are welcome to touch any of that equipment, walk through any of that. I'm going to turn on a spirit box. Again, we've got cameras that can see you. We've got all kinds of equipment that can register your presence. We can register your movement, temperature changes, changes in air pressure. We have all kinds of fantastic bits of kit laid out here. But I'm going to run a ghost box, and I'd like you to come through and talk to me if that's possible. If there's spirits in this room, first and foremost, I want you to tell me what seat number you're in. So what number seat are you currently sitting in and observing us? Can you shout that out? Now, what's the number of the seat that you're currently sitting in and observing us? Are you in seat number 3, yes or no? Tripwires going off in front of me. Mabel, can you hear me right now? What's the chair number that you're sitting in right now?
$49.30.
4913. Are you in chair 49 right now?
Can Helen hear and see in the afterlife? Did that say see?
It did say C.
I believe you said that Helen can see. Can she hear too? Mabel, were you punched in the stomach? Well, here's the interesting thing about the punch in the stomach, because I suppose I can reveal to what I saw.
We're here now in the
What I
moment.
saw online was that there was rumors that she died of a botched abortion.
Okay.
And so maybe not necessarily a punch in the stomach, but I mean,
Sure.
it would be a stomach,
Related
lower
injury.
stomach issue.
Well, let's ask the
Mabel,
difficult questions.
Mabel, I asked you this earlier, and I believe I got a response, and I know it's a very difficult question, but I'm going to ask again. Yes or no, did you die from an abortion? What the hell?
Is that the device or the speaker?
My spirit box just shut itself off.
But that's very telling that they want to close down the communication at that point.
Not only did it shut itself off, but it disconnected at the battery source because my volume reset to 15.
Right.
And so,
So it reset.
yeah. I've never had that happen before. What's that? I wonder if they don't want that question asked. God damn
Tripwire
it,
went off as well.
it just did it again.
Someone doesn't want to answer some difficult questions.
I can't get it to come on now. No?
Is it still shutting down?
Yeah. Okay, you want to switch over to yours?
Well, I'm going to run a different device, so we'll get a third one up and running here. Scott was asking a very personal question, but this was a very long time ago, and attitudes have changed and society has changed, so there'll be no judgment. Mabel, did you terminate a pregnancy, yes or no? Did you try to terminate a pregnancy, yes or no? Do you think this theatre and this building was constructed for you out of a sense of guilt, yes or no? What year did you die? 1880?
That's what's on the window, right?
What year did you die? 1880? For the sake of historical research, and I know you've already given us answers to this, let me just validate this again, because it's really important historically for people's reputations. Did you die through terminating a pregnancy or having what we would call now an abortion, yes or no? If you died through having an abortion, and again, I'm getting into very difficult areas, but did you get an infection, yes or no? There's been discussion that you may have got pregnant through one of the workers that worked for your father, either in the logging camps or at the racetrack. Is this someone that worked for your father, yes or no? Mabel, we're in the 21st century, there's no judgment. Society's a lot different now, the rules have changed in terms of what's acceptable and what isn't amongst a normal framework of society. Could you tell me, was it a member of your father's employment? Was it a worker that worked for your dad that made you pregnant, yes or no? Was it someone who worked for the lumber company? These are yes or no responses, and then we'll leave you alone. Was it somebody who worked for the lumber company, who worked for your father, yes or no? Well, that was loud and clear.
That was very clear.
I appreciate the fact that you've been very open with some very difficult questions. Obviously, we'll handle this material and this evidence in a very sensitive way and present your story in a way that's positive. So I just want to thank you for allowing us to engage with you today, to have you come through and answer all of these things. Heather's got now on the eye ovulus the word Nicholas. Was Nicholas the name of the gentleman that made you pregnant? Was the gentleman that made you pregnant called Nick or Nicholas? What was the name of the gentleman that made you pregnant? Can you tell us? Did your father push for you to have a pregnancy termination, yes or no? So it was your decision? Was that your decision? Did your partner or the gentleman that made you pregnant push you to get a termination? What was the name of the gentleman that got you pregnant? Mabel, would you say goodbye? Then we appreciate you spending time with us. We appreciate you coming through, and hopefully we'll write that up, we'll present that and we'll put your side of the story forward from your very lips. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
With the first auditorium investigation complete, the team heads to a room with some of the most documented paranormal activity in the entire building. A room known as the pastor's office.
We're in Pastor Henry Moxon's office right now in the Mabel Tainter Theater. There's been a lot of paranormal activity in this room, lots of poltergeist activity, objects being thrown around, motion sensors being set off. So we're going to do a proper investigation in here and see if he comes through to say hello. Henry, if you're here, could you make some of these objects move? We've had a lot of activity in this room with movement, with things being pushed, brushed against. So we've set up a chair with a lot of equipment on it. None of this equipment will harm you or cause you any issue. But if you're here, Henry, and you'd like to talk to us from beyond the grave, I'd be happy to hear from you. We have several devices on that chair. If you just brush that chair, if you sit on that chair, if you move through that chair in front of the fireplace, lots of other equipment will go off and it just registers your presence. So if you're here, Henry, and you can hear my voice, I'm sure you spent many, many hours in this room studying the Bible, working out your sermons, having meetings, helping your congregation. There's a lot of energy in here. Could you make a noise for me? Could you bang against a wall, jump up and down, slam a door, shout, scream, whatever's comfortable for you? Could you make a noise for me, please? On command, the REM pod went off. Henry, we thank you for that. That's not gone off for the entire vigil, and it literally went off on a command there of stimulus and response. So if that was you, I appreciate you. Just for the validation and the science, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Henry, if you're manipulating our equipment, I really appreciate that. We realise how difficult it is sometimes to communicate with us, but we're really grateful for that. Could you make a vibration? A lot of these devices on the chair operate through vibration, and we have had objects come on before. So can you, K2 meter flickered, can you knock? There was a cracking sound.
Does it say, was that a knock on the window?
It was. I don't want you to perform parlour tricks for me, but I need you to come through so we know it's not the building moving or anything like that. Could you make a knocking sound for me, Henry? Thank you. I've asked 4 times now, 5 times for knocking sounds or movement, and he's delivered on every one. So do I ask him for a 6th or 7th?
You did it already.
Yeah. It's interesting that those alarms aren't a constant.
REM pod.
Wow. Knocking. Is that a mist? Mm-hmm. Do you want to film the mist that she's recording on a flare right there, sitting on the chair?
I caught this amazing mist forming in the pastor's office, and it also showed up on the FLIR as a human form sitting in a chair.
Henry, if that was you that was setting off our equipment and banging on the walls, see, that's the same sound as before.
It is REM pod.
It's REM pod.
Yeah.
Henry, if that's you manipulating our equipment, can you say yes? Are you here, Henry? Can you shout yes or give me your name? Might have been a help at the end of that.
My thermal just shut itself off. It's never done that before in 8 years, 10 years I've had it. I still got 50% battery.
Is it back on again?
Yeah, I had to turn it back on. That was odd.
Henry, do you like what they've done with the theatre? Do you like how they've renovated it? Do you like how they've managed to bring it back to its former glory? Is there anything you'd like to say to us before we leave? Maybe a message that's religious or something you'd like to pass on to generations of the congregation? Is there something you'd like to say to us? We've got some really interesting bits and pieces there, a lot of motion sensors going off. I think Heather managed to find some mists on the thermal imaging camera suggesting that he was perhaps sitting on the chair that they redirected him to. So we'll go through all the evidence and we'll see what we can find.
The team decides to split up and investigate a couple of more obscure areas. Heather will lead a session inside dressing room number 3, and Scott will work in the mechanical room near a long-since covered tunnel entrance.
These dressing rooms are from around the 1890s, and they're original to the building. Now, many men, women from all over the US and around the world use this dressing room, number 3, and we're here to investigate.
There's no EMF coming off any of this. No. Something. But for the most part, so I could run a tripwire towards the tunnel.
My name is Heather. I'm here to get to know you and to find out about you and who you were and why you were here. I appreciate that you're here now. Turning on my flashlight on top of the mirror. Well, thank you for turning it off. And what I want you to do is I want you to use this fun little box here to interact with me. Can you tell me who you are?
Your spoon?
I know that's not your name, but can you tell me who you are? Can you tell me how many years you performed here? Or perhaps how many weeks?
Those who
Tell me how many weeks you performed here.
Castman. Free, new, and improved.
Center like same thing.
My name is Scott. If you've been around the last day or two, then you know what we're here for, and so I'm not going to go through all of that. I just would appreciate it if you could just answer some questions for me. I'm going to ask some questions about the building and maybe some questions about Mabel.
That was a really creepy sound, wasn't it?
What was it? It sounded like almost sounded like a kid, didn't it? Was it a voice?
I don't know, it's really weird. It's deceiving down here with the stuff going.
Yeah, and they're all stone walls, so everything's going to echo, but we're the only ones on this floor. I thought it was a voice, but it could have been someone singing. It
It did sound like someone singing.
could have been someone singing.
I'm going to try using this box. The other box was giving me answers, but not the right answers or ones that I could use. So I switched out the piece of equipment, and we're going to try using this to see if we can get a little clearer answers to some of our questions. Can you give me a name, please?
Free phone.
Can you see us right now? How many are here right now? Can you tell me what color I'm wearing? Black. The person who just answered black, can I get your name, please? Your name Keith? No. Can you give me your name, please?
Cat ball's going off. What was this tunnel used for? Who said help? What kind of help do you need? What can I do to help you? Something just kind of tugged on my shirt. The first sensor on the tripwire went off too. If you just tugged on my shirt, can you tug on it again, please? Mabel Tainter, can you come and talk to me for a minute? Mabel, if you're here, can you just shout out Mabel? Oh! Did you see that? At least 2, maybe 3 of those went off.
Why did the parents dedicate this theater to Mabel? She was only 19. She hadn't accomplished much in life. So why was that? Please tell me why this theater was dedicated to her. Everybody would love to know it. And then we can put it in a book and we can tell people why specifically this theater was dedicated to her. Do you believe Mabel was murdered?
Story.
Mabel, if you're here, your official cause of death was listed as cancer of the side, or as we call it today, appendicitis. Is that how you died, yes or no? Mabel, is that how you died? Cancer of the side, appendicitis? Is that how you died, yes or no? Can you repeat that, Mabel? There's a rumor or a suggestion that you died from another reason that wasn't listed on your death certificate that had to do with a failed procedure. Could you just tell me, was it the appendicitis or was it the failed procedure? Did you die because you had an abortion? Yes or no?
The team prepares to head back to the auditorium to perform an Estes method ghost box session, a method where Adrian will lead the dialogue, while Heather is blindfolded and isolated to hear only the ghost box responses and none of Adrian's questions. She'll have no clue what is happening around her, adding validity to the interaction.
We've moved now to the auditorium and we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to do the Estes method. So Heather's now on the stage, she's got a blindfold on, she's going to listen to the ghost box through her earbuds, and we're going to ask her questions and she's going to shout out the answers.
Chris,
We'll see if anything comes through, and she's saying things
back.
already. So we're going to jump in and make a start.
Chris,
If you can use the ghost box device that Heather's listening to in her headphones right now, she's just going to shout the answers out to me, and hopefully we can have a dialogue. Could you shout your name out?
5.
Are there 5 of you in the room right now? There's 5 of us. Are you talking about 5 of us or 5 of you? Is there 5 spirits watching us right now? Can you tell me your name?
Stop.
Would you like us to stop, yes or no?
Go. Get it.
Why would you
Go.
want us to go? Are we causing you distress?
Stay.
Now you want us to stay.
Here. Stay.
Who's talking to me right now? We're getting lots of confliction about whether we should stay or go. Who's talking to me right now? Can you tell Heather your name?
Jim.
Hello, Jim. Did you work here?
Stay.
Jim,
Art?
you want us to stay, Jim? We're glad to be here. We're happy to be here. We just want to find out a little about the spirits that actually operate in this theatre. Were you the person who was making footsteps in the auditorium, yes or no? I wanted to talk to Helen Keller. I believe in January 1916 she came here to give a talk. Are you here, Helen? One of the things I was interested in was that if you're blind and deaf in a physical body when you're alive, I was interested to know whether in spirit, if you were here, Helen, whether you'd be able to hear me or not, because we don't have a physical body anymore. We don't have inner ear,
5.
we don't have eyes. So I was wondering that because you were deaf and blind in a physical body when you were alive, I was wondering if you could hear me now you were in spirit. Can you hear me now you're in spirit? Helen Keller,
Go.
can you hear me now you're in spirit?
8.
Is Heather sitting on the stage in the place where you gave your presentation and your talk in 1916? Is she in the right place? Is that where you stood?
3 broke.
3 broke what? I'm happy to talk to anyone who performed or worked here going back
Horror.
to the turn of the last century. But one of the people I wanted to come through, and with Heather blindfolded and without being able to hear me, it was just interesting that that mirrored to a certain degree your lack of sight and lack of hearing.
Yours.
But I don't know whether in spirit you would have sight and hearing without a physical body. because we're just energy. So if you're here, Helen, can you give me a nice big hello? I want to talk to you about your life. I want to talk to you about your legacy, your work, include you in my book and my research. Can you give me your name or tell me you're here?
Hey. Hi.
Hello. I'm Adrian. You are?
Men.
There's 4 men in here right now. Is there one of us you'd like to talk to?
Hi.
Hello.
Car.
I had a car on my notepad. From the last vigil we did in the basement. Is a car important to you?
Chris. I told him. Cop.
Are you talking about a police car? Was it a police car you were trying to tell me?
Car.
Car again. What's important about the car? What kind of car is it?
Car.
Why is the car significant? What's with the car?
Truck.
Is it your truck? Did you get hit by a truck outside? Were you involved in a car accident outside the theatre?
Road.
In the road? Outside?
I said that.
Well, I'm very grateful. So you were hit by a car
Yep.
or a truck outside in the road, correct?
Hospital.
So you ended up in hospital. Did you die?
1.
What's the name of the person who was hit by a truck in the road outside and ended up in hospital? What's your name?
Get her off me.
Is that one of the doctors or nurses?
How?
Did you survive, yes or no? Did you get killed? Was it fatal?
Car.
So it was a car
Help.
and you got killed? It killed you or you survived?
What?
Was it a fatal accident? Did you die?
Drive.
Was it in the newspaper? Could I find you if I looked you up?
Close. At night.
So you was hit by a car at night. Did it kill you? Was this a fatal accident?
Jump.
You jumped in front of a car. Did you walk out in front of a car on purpose?
Yes, it is.
So suicide, would that be reasonable? Would you like me to give your loved ones a message?
Please?
Yeah, I can do that for you. You're going to have to tell me what that is. If I was to talk to your family, what's the message you'd like me to give them?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're worried about you, especially if you did it on purpose. So
Her.
you're in spirit, you're not damned, you're here, and what would you like to say to your family? What can I pass on to them?
Sorry.
Perfect, I'll pass that on. I will try and track your family down, and I will tell them that you're sorry. Would that be okay? Is that something you'd like me to do? Would you like me to contact your family and say you're sorry? Before we leave, I just want you to confirm your name again for me. I won't be able to pass on a message to your family if I don't
Sure, Mike.
have a full name. Sure, Mike. This may be putting a few things together
Stop
here.
now.
We'll
Goodbye.
stop. Okay. We're going to go now. Is that okay? I've listened to what you've got to say, and we'll actually leave right now. That was a really interesting vigil. We got lots of names come through. I genuinely believe that we had a spirit come through that had a road traffic accident or was hit outside in the road at night time, and they ended up in hospital. And it may have been a suicide. So we're going to do some historical research. We'll look through some old documents and newspapers and see what we can find.
In what feels like a fitting conclusion to this series of investigations, Adrian, Scott, and Heather visit the Tainter family cemetery plot for one more session.
This is the cemetery vigil, Evergreen Cemetery, talking to Mabel Tainter. Mabel, we spoke to you in the theatre, and I thought we'd come out here to Evergreen Cemetery to continue the conversation. If there's anything you'd like to add to the interview we had with you, we've got questions that still need to be validated perhaps. Can you shout your name out for me, please? It's completely safe to come through and talk to us. We won't be judging you. We won't be making any accusations of you. We just want to know the historical truth of the things that happened. Can you shout your name out so I can have a conversation with you, please? You mentioned in the theatre that perhaps you didn't die from appendicitis, you died in a different way. Would that be accurate?
It's not.
Mabel, we're not going to spend too much time here today, so I'm going to jump straight to the historical questions that need answering. We have the word cannot come up on an eye obvious there. We're going to ask the difficult questions with the limited amount of time we've got, again without judgment. Did you die as a result of terminating a pregnancy, yes or no?
No, sir.
Somebody said no, sir, but that was a male voice, so I don't know whether there's some sort of contradiction by a man. Perhaps someone forced her to have a termination and doesn't want the truth to come out, perhaps. Who was the gentleman that just said no, sir? What's your name? Is Andrew Tainter with us here? His grave is with us here. I can see it. Are you here, Andrew, with us right now? Can you shout your name out? We have equipment right now on Andrew's grave if he's active and wants to come through. He was the father, of course, of Mabel and was responsible for the building of the theatre in Mabel's name when she died at the age of 19. Andrew, are you here? Would you like to say a few words?
Episode on.
Andrew, do you know that your daughter had a pregnancy terminated? Are you aware of that fact, yes or no? Did she have a pregnancy terminated? You would know this information in the afterlife, of course. Well, let me rephrase the question. Andrew, do you believe that your daughter died from having a terminated pregnancy, yes or no? A couple of responses there in the meta-narrative running through that white noise. We're going to have to do an evidence review and see if we can pull any of those out in a bit more detail. Andrew, do you believe that your daughter had a pregnancy termination, yes or no?
As Adrian continues pressing the manner of death and abortion questions, a familiar name reappears on the equipment.
If you remember, we
Nicholas.
got Nicholas on the
Yeah.
other eye obelisk earlier too.
It's come up twice now as Nick and a Nicholas in two separate places. Based on the evidence of other equipment here, Mabel, was the father of your child called Nick or Nicholas? Mabel, could you name the father of the child, please, nice and loudly, so we can do historical research and without judgment, without making any accusation? We're now in the 21st century and times are different, society is different. Could you give me the name of the father of your child, please? Who made you pregnant, Mabel?
I think you just said pregnant at the end there.
Pregnant. Who made you pregnant? Could you tell me?
The team leaves Menomonie with plenty of clues, and maybe some insight into the Tainter family mysteries. Was Mabel's untimely death caused by complications from an abortion? Was the father a man named Nicholas? Did Andrew Tainter know about the pregnancy and push for an abortion? While we won't know the answers to these questions for certain, there were a multitude of responses to them. As for the spirits seemingly wandering the place they once performed in, those just passing through, or even those tormented by a car crash or other connected experiences, the beauty of the Mabel Tainter Theater transcends the world of the living, and its hallowed spaces may still be a haven for those spirits who knew this magnificent building in another time. Thanks for watching.